What's up everyone, David here. Welcome to another video. First of all, thank you all for the love and support during this hard time. I will post an update on the personal stuff later on this week, but we are trying to get back on track. And in this video, we're gonna take a look at the latest release from KIIVE Audio, our Canadian friends, which just came out with XBUS, which might become your new favorite 2-bus compressor plugin. We all know that the VCA SSL style compression is a go-to for many engineers around the world, me included. In fact, I have not one but 3 analog hardware VCA SSL style compression in the studio. And so I'm very picky with plugins that replicate or emulate that style. But the KIIVE XBUS, it's something different, it's something special. In fact, is inspired by a very specific modern reincarnation of that style of compressor. Some will say a 2-bus cheat code. In fact, is inspired by the Alan Smart C2, an extremely popular version of this style of compression. And of course, this one comes with a bunch of features that makes it even more versatile. Let me tell you everything about the KIIVE Audio XBUS plugin. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixBus TV. Hope you guys are having a great day. Before we start, as usual, check the box down below for free plugin special discounts and offers, and of course, link to the KIIVE Audio XBUS. If you want to book mix and mastering with me, go to the website mixbustv.com. In there you can also find all the mix and mastering courses, book private lessons, mix consultations, and a lot more. If you want to access the exclusive library of in-depth mixing and mastering videos here on YouTube, click the join button, become a MixBus TV member. And if the videos are helping you, please consider using the super thanks or grab some merch. Let's get to the video. All right, here's the cool interface, classic VU meter, VCA style. We have the usual controls, threshold, makeup gain with a link button. So when you turn one knob, the other one auto compensate. This will make a lot of people happy. We also have all the classic attack time, 0.1, 0.3, 1, 3, 10, and 30 milliseconds. And for the release, we have 0.1, 2, 4, 8, 1.6, and auto release. The cool thing about this compressor is, as you can see, we have an attack and a release mode. When we click these buttons, then we have a variable attack and release that goes from fast to slow. Very useful. Our ratio goes from 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, and 20. So you can see this version has different variation for the classic ratio or release time, which makes it very interesting. The XBUS can operate in dual mono, stereo, or mid-side, also very cool. Of course, we can link or unlink the parameters on left and right, or mid or side, or dual mono. We have a width control, self-explanatory. It goes from mono to 150 stereo. In and out button, this is our bypass, and I really like the lights on the VU meter, one blue and one amber. We have at the top an input and output level if we want to drive the material harder into the compressor or lower, and we have a link button so the in and out, as you can see, are automatically compensating each other. HQ button gives us oversampling 2, 4, 8, or 16. We have A and B button for quick comparison, undo and redo button, and of course our setting, because for example the UI is resizable, as you can see here. But the advanced controls are what make this compressor even more versatile than the original hardware. You access these controls by clicking the advanced button at the bottom, and a new panel opens up where you have an extended sidechain EQ. So not just your regular HPF filter, but you have variable mid-frequency and gain, plus or minus, and also an LPF filter. You can listen to the sidechain by clicking the headphone button. And then arguably the coolest part, we have an entire saturation section with odd harmonics knob, even harmonics, the overall tone, a mix knob for this saturation stage, and also if we want to place it pre-compression or post-compression. And one feature that they added last minute, and I'm super happy they did, is a simple on-off switch for the entire saturation section, which means you're able to tweak your saturation, odd, even, mix, and tone, and then simply switching the saturation on and off for a quick comparison with and without, as opposed to have to turn off all the knobs and then on again. We also have a headroom knob to adjust, again, the level of saturation and how much is influencing the material, which is independent from our input and output out there. So it really allows you to tweak your gain staging independently for the compression and for the saturation, which is a big thumbs up in my book. We're gonna start immediately with the audio examples. I want you to pay attention. The original unit is famous for its punch and for a specific type of crispiness and I want to say enhancement in the mid-range and high mid-range. And I think KIIVE really nailed that aspect. So really pay attention to the mid-range, vocals, snares, all the elements that live in the mid-range in particular. The settings I'm using for the first example are not by chance. I actually want you to hear the auto release and how well it works, because the auto release is, in my opinion, one of the hardest thing to nail on the VCA SSL style compression, and I think once again they did it well. I usually use slow attacks on 2-bus, 10 or 30. In this case, this is a slow pop ballad, so 30 fits better. But let's hear it in action and then we'll talk about it later.
All I need is to feed off you, you can feed off me. All I need is to let you go, please step off me. You don't really wanna see deep beneath me, cause if you do, I ruin you, never to be seen. All I need is to feed off you, you can feed off me. All I need is to let you go, please stay above me. You don't really wanna touch us all, baby, cause if you do, I ruin you, never to be seen. Living in false reality, don't wake me up, I'm fine being asleep. No happy ending for me, but I give pain, I just ain't, so don't feel bad for me. Living in false reality, don't wake me up, I'm fine being asleep. No happy ending for me.
All right, so the very first thing that I hope it's clear in this first example is this is a specific character and type of that classic compressor. It is modern and at the same time it pays homage to that classic glue that this style of compression was famous for. In fact, I want to say that of all the SSL style plugins out there, I feel this one is among the one that nailed the best the glue factor. Today we talk about glue on your 2-bus a lot, right? That term literally comes from this style of compressor, and I feel many plugins fail in that. And this is something that I feel the KIIVE does very well. In fact, what I really like about it is that you can hear more difference when you bypass it than when you activate it. And if you go back to the examples, you will hear it immediately, right? The mix is fine, and then you activate the plugin and yeah, you hear a little bit of change, but you don't realize how much more dense and cohesive the mix is until you bypass it. And when you bypass it, you go like, oh wow, that was a big difference. So I like that you don't hear it right away. This is a good sign for me. It's definitely a colored plugin. The action is what we expect from a VCA, but it's definitely a colored plugin. Let's play with the settings a little bit.
No happy ending for me, but I get the pain, I just ain't, so don't feel bad for me. All I need is to feed off you, you can feed off me. All I need is to let you go, please stay above me. All I need is to feed off you, you can feed off me. All I need is to let you go, please stay above me. You don't really wanna know deep beneath me, cause if you do, I'll ruin you, never to be seen.
All right, very interesting in mid-side. Let's play with it a little bit.
Feed off you, you can feed off me. All I need is to let you go, please step off me. You don't really wanna see deep beneath me, cause if you do, I ruin you, never to be seen. All I need is to feed off you, you can feed off me. All I need is to let you go, please stay above me. You don't really wanna touch us all, baby, cause if you do, I ruin you, never to be seen. Living in false reality, don't wake me up, I'm fine being asleep. No happy ending for
Very nice. Again, very nice glue. And many options with the width control to play with the stereo field and how the compression reacts to the mono channel and the sides separately. Let's try something a little more upbeat. All right, in this track particularly, you can hear the hat and the snare, all the high-end percussions, how they come to life, and the vocals as well. Pay attention to that range. Even the top end of the kick, it's much more punchy, just like the original unit. I really like it. And I really like how it behaves in dual mono. That is exactly what I would expect from my analog unit, and I think they did a great job. Now, let's take a look at the saturation panel. And let me tell you something right away, a little goes a long way. KIIVE gave us a lot of range, up to way too much, which means just because you can go that far doesn't mean you should. Maybe on single tracks or groups you can use it for a special effects, and we can try that. But for 2-bus, a little goes a long way. But I will exaggerate the settings so you can hear what each collection of harmonics, odd and even does, and then we'll back off to a more reasonable level. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna turn the saturation on. Okay, at this level, it's apparent, but it's still subtle, right? So this is a compressor that, although it's great actually for vocals or single tracks or bass, it's meant for 2-bus. So you really have to overdo it to get it to sound bad, so to speak. But that's also why we have the headroom knob. So I'm gonna make it sound bad now, so you can hear where not to go. But one thing that we have is the mix knob. So on some material, actually this breaking point, distortion, can be useful. Like rock and metal or certain aggressive hip hop tracks. That's why we have the mix knob. So I'm just gonna actually push it a little more and make it brighter like this, and then just mix it in with a dry signal. I love it because it adds on top of the color box, the box tone, let's say, we have this additional saturation that is obviously extremely tweakable, and we can tailor it to all sorts of material. Another thing that I really like, and let me change song, we do another genre in the meantime, and I'm going to turn saturation off for now, is that we also have what we would expect from the hardware unit. So when we change the ratio, the knee also changes. In fact, I invite you to pay attention to the difference between 4 ratio, where the knee is going to be harder than when I put it, for example, a 2 or a 1.5, you will see that given the same threshold settings, it will trigger more compression when I lower the ratio, because as we lower the ratio, the knee gets softer, so it grabs even lower than the threshold, all right? So pay attention to the ratio knob and the gain reduction.
So dark like gold, his skin so brown and it flows like chocolate. He always has his swag right on. Hey Girani, I'm the girl on the second floor. Hey Girani, and I would like to know you more. Hey Girani, I'm the girl on the second floor. Hey Girani, I'm just afraid to let it show.
All right, so you can be very gentle, 2.1, 1.5, and use it in a more leveler style as opposed to the classic VCA, because it's extremely versatile. 4 ratio spot is my favorite, whether it's plugin or hardware. It's interesting that the 5.1 ratio, I do like that one as well.
So dark like gold, his skin so brown and it flows like chocolate. He always has his swag right on. Hey Girani, I'm the girl on the second floor. Hey Girani, and I would like to know you more. Hey Girani, I'm the girl on the second floor. Hey Girani, I'm just afraid to let it show. He walks.
Now let me show you the attack and release mod, which we didn't test. I want something with a snappy and very clear attack and transient. I'm gonna put the release at 0.4 and just play with the attack. All right, very interesting. I love that you have basically a completely variable from fast to slow just to get in between. Because, for example, one of my favorite settings for the attack is actually 15 milliseconds, which is not in the original units. It goes from 10 to 30. So this is a very welcome function that I have here. Now I'm gonna set the attack at 10 and play with the mod release. I love how transparent this compressor is with super fast attack. One of my biggest pet peeves with this type of compressors, this style of compressor in plugin form, is that a fast release, they introduce distortion and they stutter. They just rattle like this, and that's something that I really dislike. One of the biggest I want to hear differences that I always find between analog and plugins, and I'm actually quite shocked. I wanna say that this fast of a release, it's so smooth on this. Borderline too smooth, because at this point I expect SSL style VCA compressor to be like nervous and snappy, especially one of the latest analog incarnation that I have in the studio, that this is kind of shocking. Like, I'm not expecting it to be so smooth. Very welcome behavior, by the way. But yeah, I think this thing is badass. I love the attack and release modification because I'm a tweak head, so I like to like fine tune things. I love the different ratio, but most important, just even without the advanced controls and all the, I mean, I need the sidechain, thank God. In my actually starting preset, you can see my sidechain is right there at 180-ish, because that's like my default. But even with no advanced controls, the sound of it, it's really nice. I really like it. Nice, hear how it brings up the vocals, like on that vowel right there. I was like, whoa, that is really nice. I love it. It's got everything that I need on a 2-bus compressor. It sounds great. I love this character that it has in the mid-range. It's definitely 100% different from all the other variation of the same subject, of the same type of compression. I think KIIVE Audio did a great job. This is it for the video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Once again, guys, thank you all for the love and support. I'll update you guys on all the other things soon. You can find the link to this compressor in the info box down below. If you like the video, please don't forget to leave a like. Please keep interacting with the channel because we are not back to normal yet. So I appreciate if you comment, like, share, watch playlist in this time that is a little bit hard. As usual, if you want to book mix and mastering with me, go to the website. You can find all the mix and mastering courses right there. If you want to access the exclusive library here on YouTube, become a MixBus TV member, get all the perks, including mix consultations. And if you want to support the channel, please consider using the super thanks or grab some merch. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay safe. See you next time.